welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I have two guests that we all kind of crammed in here because we all work out and we're so huge that we can't fit. But I got Eric the trainer, Jonathan Schaech, who has a long history in film and music, and we just dabbled with the guitar for a moment, but it's really a pleasure to have you guys here because I see you in the gym all the time. We never have to talk about this.
Yeah, well, good. Here we're going to talk about it now.
Now we're going to talk about it now. How do you guys know each other?
I train Jonathan, and we work out together. We have the greatest time. We get him ready for the best roles.
Yeah.
We use our Hollywood muscle technique to make his body match the exact role that he needs to do. And he's so much fun to work with. He inspires.
Oh, so are you.
Well, thanks, man. He inspires other actors in the gym to go to the next level, and we're his biggest fans.
Well, I am too.
Excellent.
I tell him all the time in the gym, I want to be like you when I grow up. And I will be, if I work real hard at it. Well, I haven't been to your gym here yet.
Okay.
And you keep inviting me, but I don't know when to come by there.
You're invited anytime. I'm there all the time.
My girlfriend
Come when I'm training there.
I will. My girlfriend says, we gotta go. She tells me all the time. I said, how can you go when you're working? But she works down the street from me.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So we have to do it on lunch hours.
Well, you are welcome to come to the ETT Mecca anytime you're available.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Okay, Jonathan, let's go back, like this is your life, for example. and before, when you were a young man, what were your aspirations to become an actor? Was that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, when I was like 17 years old, 18 years old, I was in college and I took an acting class and I thought this could be something that I could really do.
Yeah.
I was always creative as a child, but there was no real acting when I grew up where I grew up.
No outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I saw that and they started filming in Baltimore some movies, my father was a police officer and he worked on one of the sets, and he would talk to me about it, and it was just like the movies are real, like you can actually be part of them, and that's how it all kind of started to trigger.
Yeah. What was your first acting job? The one you got, the one that set you where you wanted to go?
I still haven't got it.
But it takes forever, doesn't it?
But the biggest thing that happened to me when I came out here, I was 18 years old, and it took about till I was 22, 23. And I got an open call, and I won a Franco Zeffirelli movie. But Franco Zeffirelli did like Romeo and Juliet, and Taming of the Shrew, and I run the lead in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. They screen tested us in Cinecittà, Rome.
Yeah.
They flew out 2 people from Los Angeles, 2 from New York, 2 from France, and 2 from Italy, and they brought us all together to kind of screen test us to see which one was right for the role.
Yeah.
The other guy was my roommate.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
You believe it? He came home and he said, "You got to this role. You're perfect for it." And out of all the guys, there's thousands of guys who went out for it. It was me and my roommate.
That happens.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. You just can't predict. It's just the way the cards fall at times. You moved out here and you got an agent.
Yeah, I got it. When I first moved out here, I got a modeling agency that helped me find an acting teacher named Roy London.
Okay. I saw that actually. Did you do a lot of modeling?
I never really modeled.
Print.
Yeah, within the first 2 weeks I shot with Herberts and Bruce Weber.
No.
Yeah. And
Two of the best ever.
I know, and I was like this, I was a big boy. Right. And I just remember, them liking the physique.
Right.
All right, so at that time you were big. Were you bodybuilding? Is that what you were doing? Training like a bodybuilder?
Yeah. Yeah. I trained like that when I was in high school.
So you were also...
I was a little guy. I was a 98-pound wrestler in high school.
Oh.
So I got cut from all the sports that I love because I was just too little. Yeah. And so I started training really, really hard, and that's how I really got into it.
What inspired you to train like that? Did you read the magazines?
My father had a York barbell set, and he would lift weights downstairs. So I started to do York barbell. It's awesome.
Let me tell you something about York barbell. That's funny because when I was 10 years old, I ordered a York Barbell Club sweatshirt. It was maroon. And it was 100% cotton, that really thick sweatshirt, not the blends they make today.
Right.
It says York Bar. I still have it.
No way.
I still have it. I won't get rid of it. I'm a hoarder.
That's
York Barbell Club sweatshirt. I can't even get it on now. But that goes way back.
Yeah, York barbell. I mean, do people even know what York barbell is now?
I don't think the new breed does, but a lot of the guys do.
Old school.
Yeah, old school for sure.
I bet we still have them at the house because they were the metal weights that just.
Right.
Yeah, I mean those were the first ones that ever came out. Really, York barbell on the East Coast, and that was what it was. Did you know anything about training, or you just pick them up and just do exercises?
I remember reading Muscle Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah, studying Muscle Fitness and all the different guys that would post their workouts.
Yeah.
really did those workouts.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that, because you remember, and we know Joe Weider I knew well. He would, this is long before I knew him, but he'd write the ads, you got to do this, and you read this whole thing and you get really inspired, and then the last line says, but if you really want this, you have to take my crash formula 30 weight gainer or something like that.
Right.
I read this whole thing and now I got to take this. You mean I won't work without it? I can't just do spaghetti?
Right, exactly.
But that's what they made you feel like. And I remember seeing some of the guys in the magazines. They had two Canadian guys, Pierre and Yvonne Brunet. They were twins. You remember them?
No.
They were really big. And I said, that's what I want to look like. And Weider would say, you pack on 30 pounds of muscle overnight. Well, okay. And I would think, I got to go in here, get the hamburger meat out of the fridge and throw it in my biceps, do this and this, pack it. Because the way he said pack it.
Right.
And how do you pack it on, But you obviously gained quick.
I gained, I reached puberty at the same time that I was lifting, and it just worked. I was a lacrosse player, and for my senior year, I went from like 120 the previous year to like 160.
Whoa.
And my coach just was just like, because we went to the States the year before, and then we went to the States. We were very big lacrosse players, and I was the left tackman.
So genetically, you would be put it on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Was your dad? Did your dad have a bodybuilder's physique?
Yeah, he had a really good physique, and he was a cop, so he was always fit.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a good legacy.
It is, but it's funny because one of my boys works out, the other one doesn't, and they're older, and one worked out with me, the other one had no interest at all. It's like sometimes you can inspire your kids to do something you do, and sometimes they'll go the opposite way because they just don't want to be like you.
Right.
So I don't know what it takes, but I didn't have anybody to look up to other than Bill Pearl in the magazine. That's who I wanted to be.
Yep.
It's a good guy to look up to.
I ended up training at his gym in 1969 in Inglewood.
Whoa.
That's when I first moved here, and it was like this hardcore, old school gym, but the gains just came onto you because just the atmosphere around it.
Right.
Now, with the bodybuilding, and you came out here and you got into acting, we just talked about this. Did that hinder you from getting roles, or did it help you? Because I talk to people about that a lot. Back in the 70s, it seemed like it was just if you're a bodybuilder, we're going to put you over there as a thug, and that's it.
Well, when I first came out, they told me the modeling agency told me I needed to drop weight, and I just ran and ran and ran.
Yeah.
But I loved lifting. Yeah. It was like part of my...
Of course.
Gave me confidence.
Of course.
And then I started going down to Gold's Gym in Venice, and then I started dating Tanya Knight.
I remember Tanya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
awesome. Yeah.
You know what? She still looks good.
Yeah,
I just saw a recent photo of her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She's still in good shape. So that inspires you even more.
Yeah, because then I started becoming a training partner.
Yeah. And she knew how to train.
Oh, yeah.
She trained intensely, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't keep up with her.
No, that's
leg day was like...
that's old school training, right, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hard stuff. So this is where the location is now that you went to? The Gold's where it is now? Because it's moved 3 times. The original was on 1006 Pacific, the original gym.
Right.
That's where I went with these guys.
Okay.
And then it moved over to 2nd Street and Broadway. And that building, we just mentioned him, was owned by Robert Blake.
Was it really?
Yeah, they rented it from him.
Nice.
Wow.
And it was right next to the Pussycat Theater.
Oh, cool.
It was a good part of Santa Monica, downtown. And then it changed hands again, and then it was sold, and then it went over to Hampton, where you're talking about.
Nice.
Where it's been ever since, which is huge.
When I saw Robert Blake 2 nights ago, I invited him to come to the ETT Mecca, and he told me he has a gym in his apartment right on Laurel Canyon, so it's perfect.
Yeah, well, he is what he is.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Still working out.
So you've been training all these years, and you've done 83 films and TV shows?
Well, I wouldn't say that I trained like I train now or back then. I kind of had a period where I stopped doing all that.
Yeah.
Got more into, I was always running. I was always like doing spinning or
something.
Pilates. I was really big into Pilates. But when I did the film called Hercules.
Right.
And I had to put on all this weight, so I went back to the old school trying to put it on the weight. And I loved it. And it picked up, a muscle and fitness again, and I started reading the new articles and the way they were written, and it was like a sharper, smarter version of what I used to do.
Thank you, Sean Perrine.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Sean's a great guy.
Yeah,
he's great. He's a great guy.
Yeah. So I was inspired by that, and then my buddy Max Martini said, you got to come over to this gym. Number one, it's just we're going to have a blast. And number two, Eric has this philosophy that's just going to make you so physically relevant and confident when you walk into a room.
Right.
He's going to change you.
Plus Max is fun.
Yeah.
Max is awesome.
Yeah, we have a blast.
Great guy. And he gets in good shape too.
Oh yeah,
He's in really good shape.
Big time.
Just talk about the Hercules where you couldn't take your shirt off.
Oh, so I was in ridiculous shape. I was like 42 years old. No, it was around 41, and I was like, this would probably be the last time I could ever bulk up.
Right.
And like, go for it.
Yeah.
And I did. And I was eating like sushi every single day, like 6 times a day, and just training with as much weight as I could put on me. And my character was a mercenary, and he had all this armor on. And I knew that I had a big battle with Hercules at the very end. And so every day at lunch, I would go up to Rennie Harlan, and I just would have my shirt off, and I just kind of show my abs, and so I think my character would, take off the armor and then go after Hercules in a more masculine way. And he was like, "Why would he take his armor off?"
Oh no!
And I was like, "Come on, I have to look at me, man.
Show the body,
I gotta show my body."
Who was playing Hercules at that time?
Kellen Lutz.
Okay.
And Kellen's just a beast of nature. He's just like, God, his body he's just massive. If he did bodybuilding, he would just get so big because his big shouldered.
Right.
Yeah. And he was big then.
That would have been a good fight scene if you took your shirt off and you and Kellen Lutz were going.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, they cut it from the movie, but they would have kept it if I had my shirt off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. If you would have had your shirt off and you looked better than him, that would have created a problem. That's just how they think.
We know how the real Hercules is.
But I know that, but this is how they think. This is how Robert Blake is, by the way. He doesn't want anybody on the set bigger or taller than him or looks better than him. You got to be under him to make him look better.
Or bigger biceps.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Kellen would never. He would have worked. He's worked so hard. I mean, every single day he worked so hard. You had dumbbells there, like 55-pound dumbbells.
Yeah. I'm not saying he would. I'm saying the production company would get weird about it. But
just raise the stakes. You gotta raise the bar.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But you and I had that talk about going out in auditions, and people say, "Oh, you're too big for the role. You don't look right for this." And it's like, why is it that today is different than it was back in the days that we were talking about the old school. Mm-hmm. Everybody's in shape today. You go to the gyms and the young guys got abs, are all in shape, and that wasn't that way years ago. When we trained down in Venice, these guys, whatever, it was like 12 of us. We're the only guys in LA that looked like anything.
Wow.
And that's just how it was. And then they said, "No, you guys are freaks. We're going to put you in the roles. Like, you're against the wall there. You're a bouncer over there. You got one line maybe."
Right.
So it's changed quite a bit over the years.
But why do you think that you guys look better than the guys of today? I mean, I think you guys look so much better than most of the guys of today.
And the referencing a photo of Arnold, Franco Columbo, Rick, and I don't know who else is
Ken Waller.
Right.
Like all these classic.
You guys look the best of anyone. I thought bodybuilding was supposed to evolve into something even better and better, but it seems like it's made a shift.
Well, that was a lifestyle more than anything. Okay. The lifestyle was to live in Santa Monica, train at the beach, lay in the sun, eat and go to the gym, and then do your job, whatever it was. It wasn't so much about parading around on stage and being bigger than anybody else. It's about looking good. Back then it was the V-taper. That's what they call it. Broad shoulders, narrow waist. Right?
This guy's the king of the V-taper.
I know he is. He scares me to look at him.
It's nuts.
It's frightening.
Thanks.
But that's
talking about bodybuilders, and you mentioned me like that.
Before you was,
but honestly, isn't that more impressive than a big bulky dude that just lumbers around like an elephant?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, like everything else in life, things evolve and they change, and the women changed in bodybuilding. They became men almost. Right. The guys got bigger and bigger and bigger, and you see them down in Venice. They can hardly walk. They move like slow, and everything's very direct and move and sit, and they're not healthy looking.
Right. And
it's also there's a lot of drugs today that we didn't have back then.
True.
We didn't have any of that stuff. We had basic testosterone and DECA and D-ball and Anavar. That was it.
Right.
And very small amounts of it, which worked well.
Oh, yeah.
And the diet, of course, was high protein, low carb.
Well, the cool thing is, if you live in Hollywood and you work with actors the way that we do, if you take some of the essence of what you guys were all about and you give it to a normal actor to increase their physical relevance, it can really give them the confidence to win a role. It's amazing.
I totally believe that. Not only physically, but mentally. Right. You have this thing about you, when you know you're in shape and you feel good, you walk in the room, you're going to do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
There's no question about it.
Did you have to lose weight for that thing you do? Or were you...
let's talk about that for a minute, that movie, because that was something else too.
When I wasn't that bulky, I'd slimmed down enough, and obviously, if I wore a tank top, a turtleneck, and that was tight,
right.
like I was a little bit bigger than maybe I should have been.
Right.
But I just ran.
Okay.
I trained 8 hours a day on the guitar, and then I would just run, trying to drop all the weight. And I did. And that's what we always discussed. If I get that opportunity, there's certain roles I have to fight for. And then, if they ever offered me like a heroin addict, like how would we go at it? We've always talked about like how would I drop all this muscle? And it would put me through physical, endurance. Long endurance.
Or in his case, I would just take him back to India where we just were. The food did not agree with me, and I think this guy would drop weight like that.
But it's funny you say that because there's a lot of addicts and there's a lot of homeless people I've seen walking down Ventura Boulevard that are really tan with abs.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know how they get like that, but they're in shape. They're muscular, but they hardly eat, and they live out of trash cans, but they're still got the physique.
They must
somehow
sneak into Gold's Gym once in a while.
That's what they're doing, sneaking in
Quick little
there.
party.
So the thing that you do, just talk about it for a minute.
Yeah, so it was a great experience. I got an audition. I'll never forget it. I used to think like Eric talks about. I literally wrote down that I wanted to work with Tom Hanks and Jessica Lange. Maybe everyone in this town wrote the same thing. I don't know.
Right.
But the next thing you know, I got a phone call from my agency saying, we got you an audition for Tom Hanks' movie that he wrote called That Thing You Do. We're going to send you the script. You have your audition, I think it was on a Saturday. And I just was like, great. I didn't skip a beat. I was like, that's awesome. I get to meet Tom Hanks. This is, I was just kind of in that flow in life. That was kind of my way. And I worked on it with my acting teacher, and he gave me a great note. He said, this guy's a singer, don't just quit, sing it.
Whoa.
And I went in there, and the famous, when we break up, I tapped the microphone and I said, I quit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I looked over and Tom Hanks was just like, and I walked out the door.
Right.
I literally walked out the door.
No way.
And he came running after me and said, get back in here, kid. And I was like, I got it.
Did you have the background in music at the time?
No, I no training whatsoever.
You sang, but you were singing for the movie. Did you play guitar though?
Yes, they trained me to sing and they trained me to play guitar, but that is not my voice on That Thing You Do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had it all pre-recorded. Actually, it was really great because they had 2 songs called That Thing You Do, and they actually asked me which one I liked the best.
Really?
Yeah, because they were both so good. I think they were trying to get everyone's opinion. And actually, the other That Thing You Do is at the end of the movie. So it was a great experience. Man.
Oh, that's cool.
I think a friend of mine from New York, Adam Schlesinger, wrote that song.
Yes, Adam Schlesinger wrote the one that we used in the movie, and Mike Viola was he was like physically the same size as me, and it was perfect.
That's awesome. Great. He has a band called Fountains of Wayne.
Yes, I think Mike Viola sings in that, I think.
Okay.
Or he has, because I follow them and then I see them do stuff.
Yeah, super talented songwriters.
Yeah, but you played guitar then too, though, didn't you? They already teach you that too?
They taught me, yeah.
Just basics?
No, they taught me the songs. I mean, if you watch the movie, we pretty much hit every chord.
That's hard to do on a moment's notice.
Oh, well, we had 8 weeks. We trained so hard.
Still hard.
I mean, Tom Everett Scott he was cast last, and he had to pick up learn how to, play the drums. I think that was the hardest.
That's very hard.
Steve Zahn, I mean, what a cast.
Yeah.
Those guys, that's like the feature actors in America. The best ones.
Zahn had to play all the solos, so he really, he could play guitar, he could pick, so he had to learn all the solos. And then Ethan Embry, he could play bass. So.
Well, I used to teach guitar, and I know how hard it was to teach people who were just all thumbs.
Right.
Sometimes they just can't get. Obviously, you got it, but it's not easy. It takes time, and then to do a movie playing, it's like that amount of time. Wow, that's hard to do.
Yeah, that movie was huge when it came out. Did it change your career at all?
No, it unfortunately wasn't that big of a success.
Really?
Yeah,
but everybody knows about it.
Yeah, everyone loves it.
Now everyone does. I mean, over the years, because right after it, I don't know for certain if this is what happened, but Tom Hanks had just won 2 Academy Awards, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
why he got the chance to do That Thing You Do. I don't know if that is the truth, but that is what I've always thought was the case.
Yeah.
Because they just don't give you an opportunity to direct and write and produce. Of course, you just won 2 Academy Awards, I guess they would, right?
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
So when they had had a really good movie, they didn't really know how to market it. I remember some people saying they didn't know how to market it. They weren't certain whether to market the band or market Tom. And like we had the big premiere in London, and we got out of the car. The band of the Wonders got out of the car, you know, the limo, and they broke through the rope step, and they were charging us. And we were like, oh my God, this is really happening! Yeah!
Oh my God.
And they ran right past us to Tom Hanks.
Oh, no way!
It's like the Beatles who are in town, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So,
how was it working with Liv Tyler?
oh, she's so sweet.
Because you broke her heart in the movie, and it seemed real. Like, that seemed real.
Yeah, she forgave me on the red carpet about 5 years after that.
Oh, really?
You did break her heart, probably.
But you know, that seems the most interesting scene of all, and that thing you do. When you know, I was so into what I was doing because I had the great Tom Hanks guiding me.
Mm-hmm.
That I made sure that the props guys had chords, strings, so that I could string my guitar. So I was, if you watch it, I'm actually stringing my guitar while she's breaking up. We're breaking up.
Wow.
Because what I'm saying is, it's about my music. It's not about us. Like, why does it have to be about us when I really wanted to be about the music? That was the whole thing. So when Tom, as the director, he watched us do it. We did numerous takes, and God, Liv was like, she's crying and crying and crying, and I'm being mean to her, and it was just like, kept it going, and Tom come in. It was just like this really energetic thing. I just kept my focus on what I really wanted to tell, the part of the story that I wanted, that was so important to me. But I didn't know any better. I didn't really know how to move a camera. I didn't know all that stuff. Tom kind of taught me a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
And next thing, he came in and he framed me and the guitar. And you watch it in the movie, there's me and the guitar, because he got it. He got it after like 16 takes, you know, different angles and stuff.
That's
like that.
so cool.
That's
He
very
just
cool.
made a point to just to get that to me. But I mean, I didn't ask for it. I didn't even think about it. But he was being the actor and consummate professional and great
That's how it works.
storyteller.
That's how it's worked. You've done a lot of TV shows since, a lot of series. Like Quantico is one.
Yeah, Quantico was supposed to be like this ongoing thing that turned into not the ongoing thing. I was her father in the pilot, and then I went back for one, and it was supposed to be this whole thing, and then you went to India and everything went to hell.
I know.
Oh boy,
I should have
it's your
gone.
fault.
I know.
It's all your
India.
fault.
But the great news is that we were in the gym. We're having these huge workouts, and everyone in the gym is looking at Jonathan. They're like, "This guy looks like a superhero." They kept on using that word. The next thing you know, cast as a superhero.
I get Jonah Hex.
Let's talk about that now. I know
So
this.
cool.
Yeah, Jonah Hex coming out April 14th on Legends of Tomorrow.
Big show.
Legends of Tomorrow has all these, you know, comic book characters that we like, the Atom, Firestorm, like you may know of if you really like the comic books.
Yeah.
But they're not the most famous of them. They're not Batman's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonah Hex actually is a very famous character. I had a movie made of him.
Right.
And it was one of the comic books that my father gave me when I was young.
Oh my God.
So when I had the opportunity to go, I had an audition for Hex. I mean, I knew everything about him. I kept up with him on this cartoon, and it's like Jonah Hex, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
Really
It
cool.
comes out next month?
April 14th.
Oh boy, I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm sure the viewers will love it too.
I'm sure they'll love it too.
Yeah, it's really good.
You obviously were in good shape for that.
Yeah, well, you know, I had my cowboy outfit on. It's not like, you know, I needed to wear a tight leotard type, you know, superhero outfit. And you would never know that I had muscle. But one thing I knew, when I grabbed somebody, I knew I had muscle on them.
You know,
Take care of
when you
business.
bring that up, because we were talking about that, you were saying that through your clothes, all right, back in the day, all the guys wore baggy shirts. This is just what they wore, and they didn't wear tight t-shirts like this or like this. This is the uni tight, really. But you knew through that baggy shirt these guys had a body.
Right.
You could just see it. And when you're leaner and you're hard as a rock, and you take that shirt off, you look like you're twice the size anyway.
It's true.
That's where it all comes out. Because I've seen really big guys take their shirt off and they're smooth and you can't even see a muscle on them.
Right.
Right? There's a lot of that.
It's a bad look.
It's a bad look. So when you lean down and you say that you wanted to take your shirt off for a film, I mean, you can see through your shirt that you got a body. You know, it's there. In your head, you may not. You might think, oh my God, I look so skinny in this little shirt. But no, it comes out.
Yeah.
It shows. It just shows. And
And literally, when I grabbed these guys, you know, like you could see that this guy could take care of business.
right.
And that's Jonah Hex. He could take care of business. If he didn't shoot you, he'd beat you up.
Yeah.
And so muscle was a big part. If you read the comic book, you could see underneath all this, he's just had a life that, you know, he had to fight through, and that just made him like, you know, a muscular warrior.
Physicality. And also, they had a high part of his good looks. I don't know if you're familiar with Jonah Hex, but half of his face is essentially messed up. So the makeup they used on this guy is incredible.
They did a great job.
Yeah, I really want to see this.
Oh, it's really
It sounds
cool.
really, really good. You've got a lot of things in production right now.
Well, then I have Blue Bloods coming out April 8th, like a week prior to Legends. And I play a Brooklyn detective. My father was a Baltimore City cop for 30-some years. I played a lot of cops over my time, but man, being on Blue Bloods and
It's a good show.
they really respect.
Donnie used to come to the gym.
Oh yeah.
He's a really good guy.
Yeah, he used to go over to North Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
He was there all the time.
Yeah.
What about Tom Selleck? Did you work with
I
him?
didn't work with Tom Selleck.
Okay.
I worked with Donnie, and he was awesome.
Yeah, Donnie's a super guy. Just
Yeah.
a good guy. That's a really, really. I watch that show. I watch every one of the episodes. It's a really good show. Popular.
Yeah, so I played like this guy, detective, and I worked side by side with Donnie, and we had this thing we had to figure out about protecting like stars. Actually, a boxing champ,
Nice.
and we'll see where it goes. I think it's going to keep going.
What else you got coming out?
I got that, and I have Marauders. I shot last year. It's just getting great reviews. It's a Lionsgate film with Bruce Willis, Dave Bautista.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is that the one you shot in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Batista's doing good too. He's getting a lot of stuff.
Oh, lots of stuff. Yeah.
He's got. I don't think he's seen this movie, but he's got to see this movie because it's really good.
He's a big guy.
Oh my God, he's a
Thick.
Big shoulders.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy was huge for
I loved it. Saw it twice.
the James Bond movie. He was great in that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that Marauders.
Yeah, I think
Looks
Marauders is excellent.
So you have a lot of things lined up.
Well, it's not like I have a little boy, so I look at life in a whole different way. Like I'm a working actor. I've been a working actor, but now they make you really work as an actor to get out there and present yourself as so you can get a fan base, so you can prove a fan base and all that kind of stuff. And that's thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, it's my pleasure. Are you kidding me?
Thanks both of you guys.
But we were talking. I was talking to you and Max in the gym about maybe a month ago. We were talking about auditions and contracts and working for scale and getting this and that because they've really changed a lot over the years. It just they don't want to give you anything for anything. I just got an email to do a documentary for the History Channel on Arnold back in the day, and they called me from Canada. Oh my God, we're so happy to have you on the film. We're going to send a limo for you and this and that. They were really nice about it. And so documentaries don't normally get paid. They said, we're giving you an honorable compensation for doing it. So I said, what does that mean? They said, we're giving you money. I said, I didn't expect any money for this. No, we want to take care of you and this and that. So you never know where it's going to come from.
Right.
I didn't want to ask for it because I didn't think I should, but they offered it. So if I get $50,
there you go.
Whatever it is. Do you think
you should have said that because now they're going to give you $50.
Exactly right. I get $50. Your bodybuilding. Have you ever been offered the cover of Muscle and Fitness?
No.
Oh, you should be.
I had an article.
No, you should be. You should talk to Sean about that.
I suspect when Jonah Hex goes to series as a solo thing, we're going to see him on the cover with co-ed.
I'm dead serious about that because they do this with a lot of actors that are really worthy, and you're definitely worthy of it. And Sean Perrine can work that out.
Oh yeah, he was in Muscle and Fitness last year. I remember seeing him there. It was great.
Yeah, the cover shot.
Texas Rising. I literally trimmed down for Texas Rising. Was with Cowboys.
Right.
But I got in shape to try and get ready for the Muscle Fitness shoot because I picked back up Muscle Fitness and it was like
I definitely see him on a cover.
Absolutely. And this guy can also ride a horse very well.
We'll put the horse on there too.
All right, cool. You with the horse? That would be awesome.
And maybe I could take my shirt off, finally.
No, you gotta leave a shirt on. Well, when they do a cover shot, he has to leave a shirt on. That would be it, right?
That would be fun.
So you're working out every day now?
Yeah, I train pretty much every day.
How do you split it up? Does Eric split your routine up for you?
Well, I hit with Eric the chest, the back, and we work on
huge width.
Yeah, my shoulders.
Broad shoulders, small waist.
There you go. That's it.
And then I work out with Max every work the other body parts. We work legs together. We love doing legs, like doing squats.
Max is an animal in the gym.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should have seen when Max first came in to work out with us. He thought he was in good shape, and I was like, hold your horses. And we got him into the greatest shape ever for a movie called Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And man, he really, since then, he has just
That's when you started with it? Because that wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago, but we needed to make his shoulders much broader and his waist much smaller, and as soon as that came out, it was like Sabotage and Pacific Rim and Captain Phillips.
Yeah, exactly.
If I don't see Max,
physical relevance.
If I don't see him at the gym, I see him after the gym. I see him at lunch every day when I'm over at Toluca Lake because he's always walking by there.
Right.
I saw him at the movies with his son on Sunday, and he had to go to the bathroom to pee so bad. He's just like running. But so I always run into Max.
Right.
He's just a great guy.
Phenomenal.
Yes, he is. And so, what's your body weight right now?
I weighed myself just a little while ago, 192.
Well, that's heavy for you.
Yeah.
I don't mean heavy fat. I mean, that's
lean.
That's quite a lot
Solid
of weight.
muscle,
Yeah,
yeah.
solid
Pretty
muscle.
lean.
He has very little fat on his body, and
Oh, I
I'll
know
tell you,
that.
especially when we do back, when he flares out his lats, I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
No,
it's,
but when you said 160, 180, and you're up in the 90s now, that's are you going to go over 200?
Well, if the film requires me to do that, I'll always stay like 190
Yeah.
until we get something that's going to...
Did you ever experiment to go way high? Like 220?
I naturally was about 215, 220 when I was young.
Were you?
Yeah.
That's a good weight, too.
this guy's also friends with Bob Paris, one of the greatest bodybuilders of
Oh,
all
yeah,
time.
I talked to Bob 2 weeks ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I want to get him on my show, and he said, I'm busy writing a book right now, but I will.
Well, we're working on a film together.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, he's writing a screenplay about kind of like the return
I like Bob.
if he entered back into the world.
Amazing physique.
Oh, but totally one of the best. Nice guy. Yeah, I'd like to get him on here.
Did you guys ever work out together at Gold's?
No, I never worked out with him because I had switched over to World Gym when Joe Gold opened that one because it was right across from my apartment.
Okay.
And Gold's moved downtown, and then I moved out here 38 years ago.
Okay.
Been in this house 38 years. It's a long time.
Yeah.
So I would drive back and forth down to Santa Monica and work out, and it was like a whole day. You know, I was married at the time. My wife said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at the gym. And I got to have lunch. I got to lay in the sun. I left at 8. I'll be home by 4."
Amazing.
That's a whole day.
That's a great lifestyle.
Yeah, but still, like, come on, it ate up all my time. So then I started going to North Hollywood, where I see you over there, which is close for me. It's like 5 minutes away.
That's a fun gym.
It's a good gym, and it's easy access. You're in and out. The parking lot's right there. It's old school equipment.
Right.
No frills or thrills, but I get a good workout, and I do what I need to do for me at my age.
Not a lot of distractions over there too, which I like.
No, there's no
Yeah,
distractions.
everyone's there to work out, which
No,
is great.
I just started training heavy again, which I haven't done in probably 2 years.
Okay.
I was doing the high rep thing for a while.
Right.
Didn't do a thing for me.
Really?
Made me smaller. Just didn't work for me.
So
I'm back to the heavier weights with the 7 reps. I always like 7 reps.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why,
Okay.
but it works.
So number 7 should be very difficult.
Yes.
Excellent.
Not extremely difficult, but difficult.
We should try that our next workout.
And, I mean,
7
I just started going heavier again, and my body's used to doing that, so it starts to grow and it gets bigger and get bigger and get bigger. I looked in the mirror yesterday. I was doing some arms with my girl, and she said, "My God, you look so big right now." I said, "Compared to 2 weeks ago."
Right.
And I've had injuries. I mean, I tore this tricep off, and I've got a frozen shoulder. I've got nerve damage here, as you know, as I told you, and I tore both quads off my legs in 2001.
Right.
And then I need a knee replacement, but I don't let it stop me. I still go. You know, the thing is, you just got to keep going and work through
Were
it.
the injuries caused from like wrestling? Or?
There were bad relationships with women who like to beat me up. No. They were caused from, a lot of it was caused from wrestling, hammering in that ring and jumping on your legs and your knees and then squatting for a while. I don't know if the squats were that bad, but I have a ring out there in my back.
I heard. I heard we were gonna have to walk past it.
Yeah.
We didn't do it. I was like, oh, bone.
Wrestling, as much as you guys think that, and a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just fake. You don't get hurt." You get hurt all the time. I've had 5,000 matches, okay, over the period of all these years, and there's sometimes 6 nights a week, and you get in that ring and you get out of the ring and you think, "Oh my God, I didn't get hurt tonight," but you can. Almost every time something happens.
Whoa.
Something gets strained or pulled or not necessarily broken, but the impact of jumping off the ring onto the ground or getting hit with a chair or just picking somebody up and falling backwards and them on you the wrong way or taking an elbow in the nose.
Right.
I mean, it just happens. It's a lot of accidents. And if you're working with guys who aren't trained properly, that's when you really get hurt.
Oh yeah. Did you ever have any back issues?
You know what? I'm lucky. I don't. I have a slight narrowing of the spine just because it comes with age.
Right.
And makes my legs a little weak when I walk. I can't walk long distances because I can feel it in my lower back.
Okay.
But no, not where it's like keeping me down.
Oh, good.
Mostly the legs with the torn quads and then the bad knee.
But
So,
it seems like working out, whether you're an actor or a wrestler, it just sort of empowers you to do whatever you want.
I think it does. I think the key to life, number one, is to be happy, keep a sense of humor, and stay physically fit. Because if you go to the gym every day and just the interaction with people and doing something for yourself, you walk, your mind is clear, right?
Yes.
You feel so much better.
So much
Right.
better.
Even a day off, like I take a Sunday off and sleep an hour later, I'm dead all day. I feel horrible.
Right.
And my girlfriend says to me, I see a difference when you walk in that gym, your whole personality changes. It does.
Yeah.
It opens up.
Fantastic.
Like my office.
I like that. So if you're watching this, make sure you get to the gym today.
Yes.
Don't wait.
We all do it every day. It's just our lifestyle. And Jonathan's my hero. I told him this before. I want to be just like him one of these days. I'm working hard. I just don't have hair. But I'll do my best.
We'll lend you some.
Neither do I.
So we can look for these movies coming out, and it's a thrill to have you here. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
No, it's my pleasure, seriously. And
So now we have to plug the social media profiles.
right now.
Because that's the new world.
Yes, we want to
You
know.
have to say at John Schaech. That's where.
Okay, this is my
Instagram
next.
and
This
Twitter.
was my next thing. Where can we find you on the internet?
At John JOHNSCHAECH.
Do that again.
At JOHNSCHAECH.
Okay. .com.
.com. No, I don't know.
Is that your website?
It's Twitter at Instagram.
At John Schaech is your Twitter,
Twitter, Instagram,
Instagram, and all that. Okay.
Facebook. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have your Facebook the same.
Yep.
What's yours?
At Eric the Trainer.
Eric the Trainer. You can find. Just Google him. You'll find him everywhere.
Or Hollywood Muscle. Either one, you'll find us both places.
I don't have that shirt.
I'm going to get you one of these shirts.
I certainly hope so.
It's going to look good on you
I
too.
want it so bad.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys for being here,
Thank you so much.
and thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned for next time, and we'll see you then.
It's rickdrasin.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.